Hey everyone, this is Coach Linda. Welcome to the replay. I am the owner and founder of Destined to Be You Empowerment Group. Hey Jennifer, welcome. I'm sorry, I'm dropping stuff. I got stuff all over the floor. I'm just a mess today, but you know what? I'll survive. So listen, I just came on here because yesterday I watched hey, welcome, Ketchy. How are you? Yesterday I watched an interview by Dana Garrison. And one of the things that really stuck out to me was she was talking about what are you willing to do to achieve your dreams. And that just kind of stuck out to me. And, I consider myself a destined achiever. I am destined to achieve. And I believe those that follow me resonate with that. They're destined to achieve whatever it is that they are to accomplish in life. And so there is no, if I will, it's when I do, you know what I mean? And so when she said that, what are you willing to do to achieve your dreams? Not, don't break the law or anything like that. I mean, some people might be willing to break the law, but I'm not willing to break the law to achieve my dreams. But within my morals, within my guidelines, I was thinking about that and I decided, hey, thank you for inviting your followers. Hey, welcome, Phil. I was thinking about that and I was like, what exactly am I willing to do? Because in 2007, some of you guys may know this and some of you guys may not. I'm writing a book about my life and it's called Don't Count Me Out. And in this book, I talk a little briefly about how I was called into full-time ministry. And I knew the reason why God called me into full-time ministry was because I'm a workaholic. Thus, I have 3 businesses, count them, 1, 2, 3 businesses, and 2 nonprofits. So that's 5 things that I do on a daily basis. Now I'm a mentor for Perry newbies and I have a couple of other things that I'm taking on. And so I'm a workaholic. I really am. And it's a good thing. Good night, Phil. It's a good thing to be a workaholic. It's a good thing. However, it's not so good when you're easily distracted. And I, for years, I had to tussle with the shiny object syndrome. Because I would see the shiny object. I would see the possibility of a thing. And it's like, ooh, you know how the shiny object, ooh, look at that. It's sparkly. It's good. And then I would run off to that and I wouldn't stay true to my destiny. I wouldn't stay true to the things that I had. And I had to work on that because when I first began in 2007 doing full-time ministry, and I'm still in full-time ministry. So that's 8 years that I've been doing this. In the beginning, it was like, oh, let me do this. Oh, let me do this. Oh, let me do this. Ooh, 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 ooh. And everything was pulling away from my destiny. Everything was pulling away from what it was that I was supposed to accomplish and how I was supposed to accomplish it. And so what I found is that I would get frustrated. I would get overwhelmed. I would become depressed and lethargic and I wouldn't get anything done. I wouldn't get what I was supposed to get done and I wasn't getting the new shiny object done. And what I would say was that, oh, well, that didn't work for me. And I would write it off and say, oh, well, that doesn't work. That I tried that. It didn't work for me. And I remember the first coach that I ever actually invested in. And I mean, not go, because we can go to people and I say, I got coached. Let me just be honest, because I think this is just a transparent moment for you guys. I used to say that I was being coached because every coach needs a coach. And I would say I was being coached. But what I was doing was going to all these different websites that had these free offers. And as long as they were giving me stuff for free, I was banking on it, right? I would bank on it and I would take that a little bit of thing. And they give you like 3 steps to grow your business or 4 steps to do this or 5 steps to do this. And I would go to these different websites and I would get all of this information. And then I would try to implement it and it didn't work. And it didn't work not because the information they gave me was poor, was because I wasn't investing in myself to go in. Because, they give you, and this is one thing that I did, and this is how I know that people do this, okay? I would go to these different sites and they would give you the 3 steps to overcoming fear, right? And so they would give you the steps. And like I say all the time, they would give you the what, right? Balance is key. Yes, they would give you the what. And when they gave you the what, they wouldn't tell you how and they wouldn't tell you why. Or they would give you the what and the how, but they wouldn't tell you why. And I think that does, when you're a coach, I think that does a disservice. And I'm a living witness because I would go to these different sites and they would tell me what, but wouldn't tell me how or why. Or they would tell me what and how, but they wouldn't tell me why. Or they would tell me why, but wouldn't tell me what or how. I was like, come on. And so I was trying to implement all these broken toys into my life because I was trying to build something, right? And everything looked like a shiny, bright object. And so I was trying to implement all these things and I wasn't getting anywhere. And then one day I decided, you know what? I kid you not, I took like the last $50 that I had. There was a program that someone was giving and they said, if you sign up today, you can get it and it was just enough so I could pay. And it took all of my $50. I think I had $5 left over. For the rest, until God knows when I was going to get more money. Because remember, I'm in full-time ministry, so I don't have a steady paycheck. I had got a client, and the client, was on a payment system. And so they had paid me their first $50, and I took that $50 and went and hired this coach. And that's when my life turned around, because this person sat on the phone with me and said, you know what? You are a fabulous person. She said, I'm listening to you. You're articulate. You know what you want. You know how to go after and get it. I don't understand why it's not working for you. But what I can ask you is, what are you willing to do differently than what you've been doing in the past? And I said, well, for one, I took my last $50 and I paid you to become my client. I paid you to become my coach. And she said, okay, that's step one. But what else are you willing to do? What are you really willing to do to show yourself? Because it's not about anyone else. It's about you. To show yourself how you are going to become successful, because you don't have to prove it to anyone but you. You have to believe that you can be successful. You have to believe that what you have is worth the world to have, or worth the world to get. And so when she said that to me, I then started thinking about things really different. And so when it came up, when Dana was talking, and it came up again, what are you willing to do to show up strong? What are you willing to do to have what you want? I mean, are you really willing to have that? Do you really know what you want? That's what we're talking about today. Because if you don't know what you want in life, if you don't know what you want out of your business, if you don't know what you want and you're not willing to go after it, I say this all the time, why should other people want to invest in you? You know what I'm saying? What I found is that when I started investing in me and I started really truly believing in myself, and I started saying, you know what, I have good things to say to people, my strategies and my techniques and my tips all work. And not only that, someone else gave me it wasn't a coach of mine, but it was another person that said, you know what, until you know what the good is in the product that you're pushing, until you know the good in it, until it's brought you results, you can't sell it. And so everything that I sell, everything that I do it from a passion. People say, well, you got a lot of energy. You're very passionate about what you do. You know why? Because I took it and it worked for me. It's changing my life. Yes, I have a coach, and yes, they add to it, but I had to believe in what I'm telling you. When I took out my coaching program, Climb Every Mountain, and for 90 days, I did my own coaching program. For the 15 days that I'm going to be teaching confidence is the key, I did that program. So I'm not coming and saying, oh, I think this is going to work for you. No, I'm saying this worked for me. This changed me. It made me a more confident person. This helped me achieve my goals. Climb every mountain. Well, it's getting ready to be called Speak Every Mountain. Help me to achieve my goals. I stand before you not having a job, not having a 9-to-5 job, because I am full time and I'm able to do what I love to do, and I don't have to report to somebody else to get a paycheck. But then I thought about it, because, doing your own thing, you go through these times where you have lag, right? And the lag causes you to, sorry, every light in this house is turned off. The lag causes you to, thought she said she was ready, but she's not ready yet, so I'll keep talking. Okay, so the lag causes you to kind of go into this self-doubt, this self-worry. Oh, I got this bill coming up and I only got X amount of dollars in the bank and I can't get it taken care of. So how am I going to get this? How is this going to work for me? All of that happens. That's just life. I mean, if you had a 9-to-5, you would still have those times when you're in between paychecks, right? And your paychecks will come and the bills will be more than you got, right? So even with that, but what I was thinking about yesterday was, if I had to go and get a job at McDonald's so I could keep pursuing my dream, would I be willing to do that? Because my dream is worth it. Would I be willing to go out and get something that will give me a steady income, just enough so I can keep having my events, so I can keep making my coaching products, so I can keep doing the things that I do? Would I be willing to do that? Would I be willing to become a barista? Would I be willing to do what it takes to make my dream a reality? Would I be able to persevere? It might be 6 months, it might be a year, it might be 5 years. But would I be willing to do that so that I could still live the life that I'm living today? And you know what? I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I would. Because at the end of the day, whatever it takes to fuel this dream, I got to be willing to do that, because I know what I want. I know what I need. And so that's what we all have to do, because so many of us, we are out there and we're going for the shiny, bright object, but we don't really know what we want. That's why every shiny, bright object is like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And because we don't know what we want. We don't know how to get what we want. And so everything looks like something that we want. And so what I want you to do, your homework today is to sit down and take a moment to think about what it is that you really want and what you're willing to do to make it happen. Within boundaries, okay? No illegal stuff, y'all. I don't want nobody to come and say, well, Coach Linda said I should go rob a bank so I can live my dreams, because that's not what Coach Linda said. But what will it take for you to achieve your dreams? Because we all have dreams, right? We all have desires. And in order to get those desires, we have to be willing to do whatever it takes. I think it's Malcolm X that said it this way: by any means necessary. By any means necessary. So, do you know what you want? And are you willing to go after what you want? Because I don't know anybody that wants to go into business so the business can fail. That's not why we go into business, right? We go into business so the business will be successful. But we may have to take some drastic measures to make it successful. And those drastic measures aren't always a bad thing. It's not always, it's not always a detour, a distraction. Sometimes it's needed. Sometimes it's necessary. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. And so I decided to come on today. Sacrifice, surrender, success. Exactly. I wanted to come on today before I leave to go to my revival. You guys should have told. Oh, is that my hair sticking straight up? You guys should have told me my hair was sticking up like that. before I leave to go to the revival, because I just wanted to get this out. And I always want to come with value and add value to your lives. And so, to me, it was just like, this is something I need to share with those, my destined achievers, those that are following me, those that are loyal to my scopes, and inviting their their followers and their friends to check me out. I gotta maintain that level. And so I thank you guys. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the hearts. Remember, only those that can see the invisible can achieve the impossible. So dare to be you now. That's right, Jennifer. We're going to see each other tomorrow. Yes. So dare to be you now. That's what's important, is that you take advantage of the now. New opportunities waiting. New opportunities waiting. Take advantage. Take advantage of it now. All right. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys all tomorrow sometime. I'll scope about something tomorrow. So I'll see you guys.